stop. Dean has gone to a funeral,
Yeah.
Colby funeral.
He told me that yesterday he was going to be gone. And did Jim make copies of it? All of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Joe brought it up. So how was your trip?
Yeah, pretty good.
Good.
I'm going to go play catch up when you get back. But, there's some good sessions on rural safety and trying to do stuff to improve roads so you don't, well, I shouldn't say just improve roads. One county out in Illinois had 16 teenagers in like 15 months that had been killed
Oh, wow.
on their roads, and population of the county included East Peoria, and I think the population of the county was 130-some thousand.
But in one county?
In
they
one
had
county.
Gee whiz.
And so they first tried, a lot of times it was speed and alcohol related, and so they did a law enforcement effort to try to, break down that a little bit. But it didn't seem to help, and so they got some money from Ford Motor Company and some other grants that they got, and they put a whole program together and got a group of kids got involved in trying to do something about this too, and the kids actually wrote a couple video clips that they got a TV station to produce for them. Well, the kids actually started, but and they showed them, and since they got the program off the ground, and then they went to fairs, with the message, and any kind of expo they had, they try to get the message out there. And since they started the program in 2006, I think it was, they haven't had any fatalities.
Really?
But they even set up a hotline that you could call, or I think there was also a website too that you could leave tips as far as where there might be parties coming up. And so they got a lot of help from tips and stopping the parties. And in fact, I told the story that they stopped at one couple's house and says, "We hear there's going to be a party here." We don't really know about a party. And, well, we've been informed there's 2 cases of beers and a 5th of whiskey out behind the shed, and went out and looked, and there it was. This couple was going to be gone for the weekend, and somebody was planning the party.
Huh.
So then they had some kind of motion too, where they got a dealership out there, and I suppose Ford helped with the promotion too, but they were giving a car away. I'm trying to remember what was the requirements. You had to not have any speeding tickets and a whole bunch of other stuff, and then your name went into the drawing for this car.
Oh, really?
So, I mean,
Some incentive, huh?
yeah, they put a lot of incentives together. Apparently it worked, and then there were some things they did roadways too. There was some intersections, or I should say intersections with roads out there seem to have more of this, not straight roads like we've got out here so much. And there's a couple of cases where
Did you, from our contact about the stop signs in rural county, have you
I haven't
gotten any further?
I haven't gotten any further on that. No, I ran across that pamphlet the other day again and looked at it, but didn't delve into it. But yeah, that's on my to-do list.
Okay. All right. I was going to remind you that
We are, Bob Sperry, who used to be the Webster and the Story County engineer, is working for C-Tree, and there's some money out there for safety stuff too, that he's going around the counties and touching base with them, trying to see if there's any projects that might have enough accident history to generate some grant money. And he was out yesterday. We looked at some information on these curves south of town to see if we can put some information together and see if there's a possibility of doing some extra signings there, or maybe even add some paved shoulders. cost benefit ratio, so.
Okay.
Did you call Renee or was she gonna be here?
Yeah, she needs to be.
Joel second.
Jim gone today too?
Yeah, I think it's
He's been
Colorado.
out to, well, Oregon is
Or
where
somewhere
His
else.
son.
It's been here.
Renee runs here.
You need a copy of
No, go back from south of town here, a lot of the back of all local stuff that most occurs are there.
Yeah.
It really is, people going too fast.
Well, what briefly we looked at that accidents, you know, there was a number of them that were speeding too fast or alcohol, you know.
Yeah.
You know, again, it's
Can't stop that.
it's hard to make roads idiot.
Hi.
But we were going to do some looking and we were looking at doing that, you know, next time we resurface that road for sure, widening it, and some widening on both sides, because to give you that extra response time. And,
Well, they normally put a couple feet on it.
yeah, usually at least 2 foot minimum. I mean, sometimes if we got room, we'll go wider than that. And then the other thing that there's been some research done on is they call it rumble striping,
Oh, really?
where they'll
Put those in the outside, they're on the interstates.
yeah. But what they do now is you put in like I don't know, it's like maybe 10 feet of those, and then you have 50 feet without.
Mm-hmm.
But you put it out there on where your edge line is at, and then when you paint the edge line, it paints into those. You only cut them, 5/8 inch deep, but that little bit of surface that's on the front of that groove gets painted, and so less of it gets cut off by the snow plow, and so there's a little bit more there to reflect.
But it's, I've seen those in different spaces, in different places, and they're in the outside couple feet.
Yeah. Well, one time I think when they first started, they were making it continuous, and then the bicycle people riding the road don't like that because they can't get over on the shoulder without
Sure.
riding through that rumble spot. So they tried to space them out wide enough now, or long enough, I should say, between them, that the bicycles can get out there right on the shoulder when they need to, and then they can move back and forth.
Who's this Baker from Sac City? They've got kill fixes in here.
Joe Baker.
Joe Baker.
Yeah.
Worked out Hastings. That's the only reason I know him, I guess.
Where was that accident? I heard.
In Calhoun County somewhere.
Yeah,
Well, first I heard it was on 175. The report I heard earlier this morning.
It's in the paper this
that
week
was
there.
what I had heard was on 175.
Because then later in the day it was just saying rural, on a different radio station, it was just saying rural Calhoun County, and I thought,
I mean, that's all I saw was rural Calhoun County.
Yeah, I guess the way I heard it, it was down by,
It's towards Lake City somewhere.
by the Auburn corner.
yeah, just east of there,
Yeah,
on the curves there,
On
on
the-
your way to Lake
Oh,
City.
really?
That's
Okay.
what I sort of heard this morning, but
from N28
yeah,
Yeah.
east of
there.
a mile,
east of
east of a
there
mile
is
or so.
what I heard.
I mean, when I first heard it, I thought it said east of Lake City, and then which is a straight section road, which I thought, well, I don't make a whole lot of sense, but then somebody this morning thought it was west of